Welcome. I'm your host for America's CEO. We're going on a journey into the heart of American businesses, interviewing America's CEOs and getting their stories and how they make money. With a turbulent market, we get behind the scenes in American companies showing how the rich stay rich and one step ahead of the rest of the market. So let's introduce our panelists of CEO peers. We have Dallas Mitten. She's CEO of Empire National Stores. We have Mike Cheeves, CEO of Millennium 2000. We also have Irene Hewitt, CEO of Champion Magazines. And finally, Jack Jett, CEO of Live Entertainment. They are going to profile companies and their leaders to find America's most value-rich CEO. We're going to be measuring these companies equally on the following categories. Each panelist will vote between 1 and 10 from each of the judges by measuring their business model, financial success, market cap, and finally, personality and drive, with a maximum total points of 160. Our first guest is CEO of Motivated Incentives, Lori Alm. She runs an internet product service company located in Dallas, Texas. So now on to our panelists.
Hi, Lori.
Hi.
It seems every C-level executive would have a great story. So what were you doing before Motivated Incentives?
Before Motivated Incentives, I spent 20 years in the telecom industry, and I spent 10 years running corporate finance, so I'm a little bit of a finance dweeb, and then 10 years running sales and marketing. And I had an opportunity to relocate back to Dallas, and at that time decided that I would like to try something new, and Motivated Incentives was born.
And can you tell us a little bit about Motivated Incentives?
Sure. Motivated Incentives helps companies get results. We do that through providing consulting on compensation services, and we also offer a ready-made contest tool so you can implement programs in a matter of minutes.
Another question. I'm assuming with the way the economy is now that for every job opening you have about 1,000 people trying to fill that job. How do you go about the selection process?
In terms of recruitment, certainly I use my network of contacts. I've been in the industry a long time. I also take advantage of referrals. And something that I've learned a lot in the last year, which I did not take advantage of in corporate America, is networking.
Good. Well, and to follow up with that, do you use Monster.com and all the social network employee networking?
I mean, I have, and I actually help clients utilize some of those board systems, but personally, I use my network and referrals to attract top talent.
Go ahead.
Well, let me ask you a question, Lori. What would you say is the #1 problem you have, or what's the #1 obstacle for you meeting your objectives?
The #1 obstacle has really been around distribution.
Okay.
And as a startup company, finding the right mix to, and we talked about, earlier that we have a mix of small and very large companies, and the sales process to penetrate a small business versus a very large company is very different. So I think initially I underestimated the contact through our website. The bottom line is people buy from people they know. So it's a relationship sale, regardless if it's $5 or $5 million. So we've been experimenting with feet on the street. We've utilized call centers. We've utilized inbound. So we're looking at different strategies to grow the business at a more rapid pace.
What is the best piece of advice you can extend to female entrepreneurs who are aspiring to be where you are?
I think that one of the things that I've learned in the last year is to take advantage of your female-owned status and file and get certified as a woman-owned business. While it may not help in terms of long-term business opportunities, there's a tremendous amount of companies looking to diversify their supply chain, and they're seeking out women-owned businesses as a way to do so. So that's something you can do. It's easy, it's inexpensive, and you know what? It's something extra to add to your resume. Why not?
Of course.
Hi, Lori. Right out of the gate, this is a show where America picks the next CEO, America's CEO. Why do you think that you fit that bill? Why should they pick you?
Well, I think that's a good question. When I think about what this show stands for, it's talking about CEOs around the country that demonstrate leadership and have businesses that are fiscally sound And I think that I demonstrate not only the ability to grow a company and have the revenue numbers behind it, but I also have the integrity and the leadership experience that makes me your top pick.
So Lori, what's more important, the top line of your organization or the bottom line? It's evident that you've divided your career into focusing on the bottom line and the top line with 10 years in finance and 10 years in marketing. Which one do you think is the most important for a service-based organization like yourself?
I don't care what kind of business you are. EBITDA, bottom line, is the primary focus, making sure that you have a balance between your revenue and expenses.
I have a question for you. In this current economy and the fact that we are all trying to go green, and you're trying to make some green at the same time.
Absolutely. Good point.
How do you balance all of that with your new company?
And I'm sorry, in what regard?
Well, as far as what do you do to make your company green?
Well, that's a great question. I think that the fact
Well, I
that
know it
we're
is.
yes, very
Okay.
good. I think that one of the great things about our product, it's online, and we allow our clients to download it on their own, utilizing an internet connection from wherever in the world they may be. And one of our outputs is an HTML email output. So instead of people killing trees and printing off all those flyers and posting them on their computers, we have an email template that can go out across the world in a matter of seconds. So not only do we save trees, we save you time, and we give you a graphical image that's exciting and something interesting in your email box versus one of those darn emails from just the HR department.
Al Gore, who invented the internet,
Yes, he did.
is going to love you.
Okay, well, thank you.
The Congressional Budget Office is now forecasting a U.S. budget deficit of nearly $1.2 trillion. So that's like $4,000 for every man, woman, and child. How does that speak to you, and does that scare you? Do you feel that you're going to be able to transcend these numbers now and maybe into the next decade?
There's three things you need to do in a downward economy. The first is to maintain a market presence. You can't go dark. People have to know who you are. The second thing is you have to provide outstanding customer service. And the third is you have to retain and motivate top talent. We do the third. So this is the perfect time for us to grow a business.
Well, that's great, Lori. We're going to cut for a commercial break. We'll be right back with you with another host of questions.
Okay.
Let's see how our CEO handles more questions about being a Chief Executive Officer after this short break. Welcome back to America's CEO. Now, before the break, Laura was getting some fairly delving and insightful questions on her business. Let's see how she fares for further questioning and the company profile scoring from our panelists. Yes or no?
I'm going to say yes.
Say yes?
Yes, a female C-level executive. She's inspiring, and she has a lot to bring to the table, and she's yes, sure.
Any doubts?
I think we all come with our own set of doubts, for sure, you know.
Any specific doubts?
No. Hands down, I think Lori's in.
What do you think of that, Lori?
I'm very pleased.
You're pleased?
I am pleased. Thanks, Dallas.
Okay. What about yourself, Mike?
You know, I'm probably going to have to say no. And the reason I say no is that I believe that she has the character of what's needed in a leader, but I'm just not real sure that she can scale her organization beyond herself and her partner to really be able to deliver you know, a larger scale organization.
A larger scale organization. So is she gonna
I think she's
build
limited.
a bigger?
She's limited.
Limited.
I think her and her partner are limited in what they can deliver for the number of customers
See what the
needed
audience thinks.
in that business.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. And you?
Okay, Lori, to be honest, at first I really wasn't sure. I felt that you didn't necessarily give a great answer to how you kept your team motivated, and but you won me over. You have a lot of spunk. You're obviously an amazing leader, and I'm going to go with yes.
Looking good. Looking good. What about the final vote, Jack?
Well, I was kind of leaning towards the no, but you know, when she said she opposes slavery in the workplace, that kind of won me over. And she's also kind of very Hillary Clinton-esque, and I respect her for that. That's a compliment. It's better than Cindy McCain.
It depends.
Thank you very much.
So,
is that an insult Hillary Clinton asked?
I will take the compliment. Thank
She's
you very
a
much.
smart chick.
Yes.
smart chick, eh? Well, America's CEO, possibly. Laurie, what do you think of the results?
I'm very pleased. Thank you very much.
Thank you, panelists, for your insightful questions. So this company is publicly traded and its stock symbol is TREH on the NASDAQ. Currently trading at $1.20 per share, trending up the last few months. Now let's get a score from each of the panelists. Dallas Mitten gives the following for business model: 4, financial success 5, market cap 2, personality and drive 3, with a total score of 14 points. Mike Cheese scores for the business model 6. He gives financial success 8, market cap 3, and finally personality and drive 6, with a total score of 23 points. Irene Hewitt rates for the business model 7, financial success 8, market cap 3, and finally personality and drive 5, with a total score of 23 points. Jack Jett gives business model 5, financial score 7, market cap 5, personality and drive 7, with a total score of 24 points. That's a total score of 84 points of 160 points. We'll be back next week with more of America's top companies and their leaders who will explain how they offer shareholder value on America's CEO.